At Healthcare Partners Medical Group, our mission is to provide the highest quality of healthcare to each and every patient. With 5 locations in Pahrump, we are local doctors you know and trust. We want to thank you for choosing us. Quality care starts here.
News 46 is brought to you by Healthcare Partners. News is brought to you in part by One Nevada Credit Union, where right now you can refinance your auto loan with rates as low as 2.98% and no payments for 90 days for qualified members. Call us today for details. News is also brought to you by Capriati Sandwich Shop, located in the Pahrump Nugget Casino. Call us at 775-751-3354 to order ahead. News is also brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 775-751-0349.
Tonight on News 46, preparations are underway for a Halloween safe night.
Nye Community Coalition interviews the media.
And the pumpkin painting contest winners are revealed. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Zach Fuentes and Monique Mitchell. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, October 30th, 2012. I'm Zach Fuentes.
And I'm Monique Mitchell for News 46.
Millions of people from Maine to the Carolinas awoke today without electricity.
New York City was all but closed off by car, train, and air as Superstorm Sandy pounded the Northeast, delivering punishing wind and rain. The U.S. death toll climbed to 33, many of the victims killed by falling trees. The full extent of the damage was in New Jersey, where the storm came ashore with hurricane force. Police and fire said the New Jersey shore is some of the worst damage they have ever seen. The cost of the storm is uncalculable at this point. At least 7.4 million people across the East were without power. Airlines canceled more than 15,000 flights around the world, and it could be days before the mess is untangled and passengers can get where they were going. Wall Street is preparing to open for business by tomorrow as New York City slowly recovers from the wreckage of Hurricane Sandy. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
And it is rare for the stock market to close operations for 2 days. The last time it did so for weather-related reasons was back in 1888.
Assistant Sheriff with the Nye County Sheriff's Office, Rick Marshall, continues his interview from yesterday regarding the detention center that is now open.
Are all the inmates in one cell, or have you separated them? Because I know that there's a day area, and then they have separate kind of cells.
They're separated throughout the facility. Because it's a new facility, having inmates separated throughout gives us a chance to better evaluate and test the equipment. We did all of our pre-inmate testing prior to that to make sure the doors open and close when they're supposed to, the lights go on and off, the intercoms work, but having actual live people in there is a bonus for us.
Today was going to be the first day of visitation. Is that happening today?
The company that installed the visitation, they're here today working with our staff, so we hope to get it up and running today.
The old facility, how many inmates were per cell in there?
That depended. At any given time, we could have 10 to 15 inmates per cell block, sometimes as high as 20, 22 inmates.
This has a potential for 224 in the actual facility. Would we ever get back up to that point? Or that would have to be dependent on the county commissioners giving more funding for deputies?
Well, that's correct. This facility was built for 224 beds. However, our average population, countywide, counting Tonopah, Beatty, and Pahrump, has been averaging about 100. So we're not going to magically go up to 224. The idea was that this facility was built to accommodate 10 years in the future or to rent beds out. Now, when you rent beds out, that pays for additional staff. At this point in time, we're not renting beds. It's not to say we're not going to, but at this point, we're not. We have a population of about 60 inmates in the new facility right now.
What's renting beds consist of?
Where different agencies that may be overstaffed in their facilities look at contracting with another agency for their inmate needs. It's done all over the United States. Anybody can Google it on the internet and you'll find out, exactly what it is. But it's basically housing other people's or other jurisdictions' inmates for a set fee.
The ACLU is interested in looking at the old facility. There was a lot of issues going on there, including some reports that they had taken or made concerning its safety.
The ACLU was the probably driving force behind us getting the new jail. I've been in contact with them, and through the newspaper articles, news media, they've been following what we've been doing with the new jail, and they plan on coming out here in the next couple of weeks to look at the new jail themselves. But so far, the reviews that we're receiving from them are that they're very happy and pleased that we're opening.
How old was the old facility?
Boy, I've been in the county 25 years, and it got here shortly after I got here. Plus, it was a used facility that came out of Colorado.
It was shipped here, wasn't it?
That's correct.
According to Assistant Sheriff Marshall, the old facility will most likely be dismantled and scrapped.
With the complaints that the Nye County Sheriff Tony DeMayo has been battling regarding the radio system in Nye County, Sheriff Doug Gillespie in Clark County doesn't like the multi-million-dollar radio system the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department has been using and would welcome a replacement. After 2 years of trying to work out kinks with dead zones, Gillespie wants to drop the Desert Sky radio system. The $42 million system built by Harris Corporation provides voice and data. Metro says its problem is the voice side of the system, dropped calls making it hard to communicate with officers in the field. The issue is that the county's $46 million deficit that leaves no room for new radios. Metro says it's looking at another radio communication system either through Harris or Motorola while still trying to get the current system to work.
The DEA is warning the public about criminals posing as DEA special agents or other law enforcement personnel as part of an international extortion scheme. According to the DEA, the criminals call the victims, who in most cases previously purchased drugs over the internet or by telephone, and identifying themselves as DEA agents or law enforcement officials from other agencies. The impersonators inform their victims that purchasing drugs over the internet or by telephone is illegal and that enforcement action will be taken against them unless they pay a fine. In most cases, the impersonators instruct their victims to pay the fine via wire transfer to a designated location, usually overseas. If victims refuse to send money, the impersonators often threaten to arrest them or search their property. Some victims who purchased their drugs using a credit card also reported fraudulent use of their credit cards. The public should be aware that no DEA agent will ever contact members of the public by telephone or demand money or any other form of payment. Anyone receiving a telephone call from a person purporting to be a DEA special agent or other law enforcement officials seeking money should refuse a demand and report the threat to Report Extortion Scam. Call 877-792-2873.
It's quite a scam there going on.
Yes.
All right, folks, we'll have more after the break. Please keep it here.